Have you ever wondered why it seems so hard to connect with other people? Like, seriously, it feels like there's something in the air, you know? But let me tell you something. It has nothing to do with your personality. It's something much deeper. And look, what I'm about to say might completely change your perspective. So before we dive into this topic, go ahead and drop a like, because I know you're going to love what's coming next. Let's go. The loneliness of the chosen ones. Have you ever noticed how many times the chosen ones end up living in a kind of solitude? It's not the kind of loneliness they choose, but something that seems almost inevitable. The thing is, these people have a unique energy, something that sets them apart from others in a way that's not always easy to understand. This strong authenticity they carry acts like a real filter, repelling those who are not on the same frequency. And you know what's even more interesting? Many times this loneliness isn't intentional, it's simply a consequence of who they truly are at their core. Now, it's not that the chosen ones don't want friends or relationships. On the contrary, they desire it just as much as anyone else. But the challenge lies in finding people who truly connect, who understand and respect this different energy they carry. It's as if they are vibrating on a completely different frequency, and not everyone can tune into it. And because of that, they end up feeling lonely even when surrounded by people. But this loneliness doesn't mean they are any less valuable, or that they have less to offer. In fact, it's quite the opposite. Their authenticity, this unique light, is what makes them special. However, at the same time, this very light can cause them to be misunderstood or even isolated by those around them. And this is just the tip of the iceberg. Do you want to know what's really behind this isolation? There's a much deeper and more spiritual reason behind it all. The awakening of the chosen ones. When we talk about the spirituality of the chosen ones, we cannot ignore the transformative power of a spiritual awakening. This moment is like a turning point, something that completely changes the way these people see the world and themselves. But along with this transformation comes a deep sense of isolation. And it's not an isolation consciously decided, but something that seems to be guided by a higher force, something beyond our understanding. During this awakening, the chosen ones go through such deep internal changes that it becomes difficult to maintain connections with those who have not yet experienced this transformation. This awakening process drastically shifts the way the chosen ones see the world. They begin to perceive life with greater depth, understanding things that previously went unnoticed. This new perception of themselves and the universe around them creates a natural distance between them and those who have not undergone the same process. And this distance often results in loneliness. It's as if, suddenly, they are living in a completely different world with new rules and perceptions, while others continue moving at the same old pace. And you know what makes this even more challenging? This spiritual awakening demands a level of introspection and reflection that requires solitude. It's not just a choice, but a necessity during this period. The chosen ones need time to process everything they are feeling and understanding. The journey of spiritual growth takes priority, and social interactions often take a back seat. After all, they are dealing with such an intense internal transformation that it becomes almost impossible to focus on anything else. And this solitude, far from being something negative, is an essential part of the process. It is in silence and introspection that the chosen ones find the answers they seek, connect with their true essence, and take the next steps in their spiritual journey. But this is only the beginning, because this transformation, although powerful, brings enormous challenges, especially in how they interact with the energies around them. The chosen ones have an energetic sensitivity that goes beyond the ordinary. They don't just perceive the energies around them, they absorb them intensely, as if they were sponges. This sensitivity makes them deeply connected to the emotions and vibrations of those around them. But as incredible as it may seem, this can be both a blessing and a burden. While this sensitivity allows them to understand the emotions and intentions of others with clarity, it also makes them absorb negative energies, which can be physically and emotionally exhausting. It's like being at a crowded party all the time. Even if the environment seems peaceful to others, the chosen ones feel the weight of the vibrations in the air. Every social interaction, no matter how pleasant, drains their energy, leaving them exhausted. That's why moments of solitude are so necessary for them. It is in isolation that they can recharge their energy and cleanse themselves of negative vibrations. And the more they connect with these energies, the more they need to protect themselves, because this energy drain can even hinder their spiritual journey. But this is not the only challenge they face. Personal relationships are also marked by a balance that is difficult to achieve. When it comes to relationships, the chosen ones face a unique challenge. The energy they carry is so distinct that, while it attracts people, it also creates an imbalance. Many times, those who approach the chosen ones are drawn to their light, but lack the ability to reciprocate in an equal way. This creates a dynamic where the chosen ones end up giving more than they receive, and over time, this can be extremely exhausting. After all, who wouldn't want a fair exchange where both sides strengthen each other? But for the chosen ones, this balanced exchange is rare to find. The problem is that many people are attracted to the light of the chosen ones for the wrong reasons. They want to be close to this positive energy, this authenticity, but they don't have the capacity to sustain that connection in a balanced way. This results in superficial relationships where the chosen ones end up feeling drained and often misunderstood. It's not that the chosen ones lack interest in forming bonds, but the truth is that they seek something much deeper. They long to connect with essence, to have relationships that are in harmony with their spiritual journey, and that, instead of draining their energy, contribute to their growth. And this search for depth is what makes relationships even more challenging. The chosen ones have high standards and seek connections that are authentic and true. Superficial or unbalanced relationships simply do not satisfy them. They want someone who shares their journey, who is aligned with their values, and who can walk alongside them rather than just being a burden to carry. That's why they often prefer to wait, remaining in solitude rather than getting involved in connections that do not meet their standards. And this patience is essential because entering unbalanced relationships can significantly delay their spiritual growth. But it's not just in relationships that they face challenges. The spiritual journey itself requires a degree of solitude that is hard to ignore. For the chosen ones, solitude is not just a consequence of their spiritual journey, but a fundamental part of the process of growth and self-discovery. While many people see solitude as something negative, the chosen ones learn to embrace it as a moment of deep connection with themselves and the divine. It is in this silence, far from the distractions of the external world, that they can align with their true essence and rediscover themselves. For them, solitude is a path of healing and spiritual evolution, where they can reflect, meditate, and come closer to who they truly are. Solitude also serves as a period of preparation. It is during this time that the chosen ones strengthen themselves internally to face the challenges that their spiritual mission imposes. They go through intense phases of introspection, where they can free themselves from societal expectations and focus on what truly matters, their spiritual journey. The absence of superficial relationships or distractions allows them to concentrate all their energy on learning and inner growth, which is crucial for maintaining their connection with the highest forces. This solitude is not seen as a punishment, but as an opportunity to strengthen their soul and align with a greater purpose. More than that, solitude provides the necessary peace to hear the whispered messages of the universe, messages that can only be received in moments of total silence and introspection. It is in this isolation that the chosen ones are able to connect with a higher force, receiving guidance and clarity about their path without the interference of external energies. They can understand their purpose with greater clarity and move forward with confidence. Solitude then becomes a true pillar of their spiritual journey, allowing them to advance with clarity and strength. But this journey of isolation also carries an even deeper purpose: inner healing. For the chosen ones, isolation goes beyond merely distancing themselves from the external world. It is, in fact, an essential opportunity for inner healing. During this phase, the chosen ones face deep wounds, often rooted in past traumas, whether from old relationships, family experiences, or even generational pain. This time alone allows them to dive into their emotions, identifying and confronting the scars that have influenced their lives and relationships for so long. Without the distraction of external connections, the chosen ones find the necessary space to truly rebuild themselves, dealing with these wounds in an authentic and profound way. This healing phase is crucial for their spiritual development because without it, moving forward with lightness and clarity is impossible. Isolation is not seen as a punishment, but as a process of emotional and psychological cleansing. It is the moment when they can break free from the chains of the past and finally be reborn stronger and more balanced. Solitude offers the silence needed for these internal processes to unfold, allowing the chosen ones to heal from the inside out. With each wound that is healed, they come even closer to their true essence and become prepared to continue their spiritual journey with greater clarity and purpose. And so, solitude is not just a form of healing, it is a gateway to a new life. And now, did you enjoy the video? Let me know in the comments what you found most interesting about the power of solitude and how it can transform your journey of self-discovery. I'd love to hear your thoughts. And if you liked it, you already know, right? Share this video with more people so that more souls can awaken and grow alongside you. Oh, and before you go, don't forget to check out the next video that's appearing on your screen. It's a super interesting piece of content that will add even more to your evolution. You won't want to miss it, right? So click there, and I'll see you in the next one.